This is Abdul and it's my sister's new Audi A3. You're probably wondering what's so special about this particular Audi A3. Well, I'm gonna tell you. So if you guys look very closely, you can tell that is a car from Copart with all the paint markers all over the windscreen, the damage round here and everything like that. And I know what you're thinking, why the hell have we bought a Copart special Audi A3? Well, let me explain.
We're taking it all the way back to 2017. Despacito is topping the charts. One babyface Mustafa has just left school, and my family need a new car, and in comes this silver Audi A3 that we fondly call MJ. MJ was an absolute powerhouse of a car, and there aren't many ways that you could describe this car.
Amazing power, because
it was the car that I learned to drive in and got passed down the family, going from my dad to my sister. The car did us quite well for 7 years, until one tragic day earlier this year. On her way to work, my sister was crashed into. Thankfully she was fine, but MJ was a completely different story. The windscreen was smashed, airbags were deployed, and the car was just a shell of its former self. Insurance wrote the car off, and the car was soon taken away.
there is one person who truly loved MJ more than anybody, and that is my dad. There is the main man himself. Abu, what was so great about MJ?
I think it was one of the best cars we've had, and probably the longest in the family. We ran it for about 7 years, and all that time I think it was an absolute pleasure to have it. It had immense power, you know, like we had a similar car, in fact of the same year, same color, but that was, in comparison, it was not close to that MJ because it was amazing. It had absolute power. Like it will give you a buzz.
The way I was smiling talking about it.
And what problems did you have with the car, if any?
Generally, it did not cause us much problem, apart from in the first year when we had it. Clutch went and then the gearbox went at the same time. From there onwards, we never had any problem as such.
You failed to mention that the back wipers weren't working, and you failed to mention that in the middle of a motorway journey with Sophia, when it was raining, the front wipers all of a sudden stopped working, right? What else was there? Oh yeah, the clutch pedal. The clutch is very heavy to drive as well.
But other than that, it was great. Do you miss MJ?
Yes, obviously it was a manual car, but it was always a pleasure to drive, regardless of its conditions. I just wish if the accident hadn't happened with this car, I would have loved to keep it and get it repaired.
So, let's say you got two hands, you got MJ in one, and you've got your swanky 5 Series in the other. Which one are you picking?
You can't compare the 5 Series to MJ. 5 Series is comfort. It's really good for long drives, very comfortable. The car that I've come across so far with heat seats and stuff like that, I think this one is the best one. MJ on the other hand, by its power, can't compare it.
Fair enough. Back to the present day, and obviously we've now got Abdul the Audi, and I thought it's about time that I give you guys a tour around the car. So let's start on the outside and obviously the front of the car. Now, as you can tell, it is a 63 plate Audi A3. It's a sport model with the 1.4 turbo petrol engine. Now, straight away, you can obviously tell that the damage is front end damage. So obviously we've got the broken headlight there, damage to the bumper, the headlight washer, and I don't know if you can see down here, but the wing has also gone in, and that's obviously messed with the alignment with the bonnet, the bumper and the wing. And obviously we've got a crease in the bumper here, but I think this will be salvageable, to be honest with you. Very minimal damage to the other side of the bumper, which is great. Got these nice 17-inch alloy wheels, which, to be honest, for stock wheels are actually pretty decent. Don't quote me on this one. We may be upgrading those to either the 18 or the 19 inches and potentially going gloss back on them, so that'll be something to look forward to. Now, those of you who've known me for a long time, then you'll know that I absolutely adore the look of the Audi A3, and I think especially having the chrome roof rails on here as well, it just sets the car off brilliantly. significantly. Speaking of the chrome roof rails though, much like I was saying that we may paint these alloy wheels black, I definitely want to de-chrome the roof rails and the door surrounds here, even the badges, and just make it look like a beautiful black edition Audi A3. And coming around the back, obviously business as usual, very minimal damage. I mean, of course there's going to be age related marks, scratches, that sort of stuff, but nothing major. So would it be an Audi without a fault or two? Now you're wondering, why is the fuel flap open? No, I haven't forgotten to close it. It's open for a reason, because the solenoid in there has stopped working. So once this shuts, it completely shuts. So just going to leave it slightly open for now, but that is a cheap and easy fix, to be honest with you. And I think it's about time that we get into the car and show you around. So we are now inside the Audi A3, and as you can see, it is a very, very beautiful and stylish cabin. Now I did say that it wouldn't be an Audi without a couple of faults, and of course this car coming from Copart will have a few as well. So upon starting the car, and you can see, I mean, it's lit up like a Christmas tree basically. We've got the traction control light, we've got the tire pressure light, and we've got the airbag warning light as well. So there's two causes of this. One is when the battery is being disconnected and it'll flag up all these fault codes, and the second is the steering wheel angle sensor, the ABS sensor. So that one will need changing, and basically all those warning lights will eventually turn off, but that's something we'll cover in a future video. As a result of that steering wheel angle sensor though, it does mean a few of the other features in the car don't work. But let's actually talk about what kit that we've got with the car. So when I first bidded on the car, all I knew that we were getting was the sat nav screen and cruise control and Alcantara seats, as you can see, and the auto hold. So when the car got delivered to me, I was very, very excited to see that we got heated seats. I mean, it's the little things, guys, that make the most difference. We also got the upgraded Bang & Olufsen sound system, and I don't know if you can tell, got the ambient lighting there. We've also got some just in the door handles as well, and in the cup holders there as well. Don't mind the mess, it wasn't me, it was the previous owner, obviously. What we also got as well was the upgrade infotainment system screen. It's just a shame that it is a pre-facelift, because I would have loved to have Apple CarPlay on it. However, there is a way of retrofitting it to this vehicle through the main system, so that it'll give it that factory look. So stay tuned for that, we may be doing that as well. It is of course a 6-speed manual gearbox with the 1.4 petrol engine. Now, controversial opinion, I actually prefer manual gearboxes to automatic. It's more engaging of a drive. I know a lot of people like the automatic for a convenience, me as well, but I mean, if I had to pick, it'd have to be a manual all the way. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, manual or automatic. And if we head into the back of the car, previous owner left there babysitting, so I've got to get rid of that, but pretty nice, same Alcantara seats and everything. And obviously if I go in the boot, again, pretty full. These I managed to get a bargain on. They are Michelin Alpina Sport winter tyres. Now a lot of you will wonder, why did I go for the crash damage Audi over, I mean, one that you could just find on Auto Trader. Many of you will know cars are an absolute passion project of mine. I absolutely love, breathe and adore them. In particular, this last year I've advanced in my skill set regarding the cars. Obviously I do car detailing, but I've extended that further. Now I've learned how to service a car myself, I've learned how to do the brakes on a car myself, I've learned how to change certain engine components myself in the car, I've learned how to change the body panels of a car as well. I mean, this is just one example of the repair work that I did earlier this year, and I want this Abdul the Audi to be my first proper project car. Yes, it might not be mine, it'll be going to my sister, but at the end of the day, it's living my passion. I'll still be able to get to see the car every day, so you can't really put a price on that. And of course, it is one of my favourite cars. What I'm hoping to do with this as well is to show you guys that working on your car is actually a lot simpler than it looks. There are some people that I know that can't even top up the windscreen washer fluid themselves. So the idea of working on an accidental damaged car is daunting, and it is for me as well, but it's all about the excitement here at PMD. So I'm sure the next thing you're wondering is, how much did we spend to get this Audi A3? So to break it down, I put a bid in of £2,600 on Copart. Then when you include the VAT and the fees that Copart have on top of that, the grand total came to £3,200. It's got 93,000 miles on the clock, and with the spec that we've got with the car, it's an absolute bargain considering the damage. These cars on Auto Trader with similar mileage and spec are going for about 5-7 grand. There is profit to be made as well, even if we weren't going to keep this car, but that's not what this video is. We will definitely be keeping the car. Throughout the series, we will be keeping a track of the cost and doing a total calculation of how much it has costed to get the car back on the road, including all the modifications that we will be doing. This by no means is going to be a quick project whatsoever, but it's going to be more of a realistic one. Stuff that you can do on your driveway, stuff that you can learn to do by yourself. But guys, that is the end of the video. You've met Abdul. Now it's time for the repair. I've got the parts coming in the post very soon. We've already got our headlight, waiting on the wing, waiting on the bumper, waiting on potentially a new grille as well, and we can make this project car something really, really special. I hope that you guys enjoy the first installment of the Audi rebuild series. Stay tuned, make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe, and other than that, I'll see you in the next one, and don't forget, keep it detailed.